financial transactions for depositing and withdrawing funds, signing of contracts, as well as the partial operation of the cabinet will be suspended.
Here with agamtraining.com. Now, if you're a part of Atlantic Global Asset Management or Questra World, today's news was a huge shock to all of us. Like most of you, I woke up and watched the conference from last night to find out that the company has been sold. Yes, correct. It has been sold to this gentleman right here. Now, a lot of people are probably freaking out right now, but I want to remind you guys that back in August, they shut down for 21 days during the split of Bitcoin Cash. And it is very ironic that the SegWit 2X split is coming up in the next week or two. So more than likely, they would have been shut down anyways. Now, does that have anything to do with what's going on right now? Probably not. I'm trying to be optimistic, because at this point, what choice do we have? Just a little background, if you don't know me, I have $14,000 of my own money tied up in this. Like a lot of people, they have invested heavily into this platform and program. And I would like to think, with everything that was said, that it is not done, it's not over. Now, we're going to get some comments of people that are going to say otherwise, and you're all open to your own opinion, and I'm trying to be optimistic, like I said. But let's go over some of the cliff notes of what was said here, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I found in my research of this gentleman and his company. So it was apparently sold to a company, Asia Trade Group Limited is the actual name. He is gentleman's from Hong Kong, Mr. Han. And apparently he's been a manager and director of the auto industry with the IT side of it, the software and IT, since 1986. So in 2002, he was the director of GM in Korea. Now, I did some research on him. I did some research on the GM information. I couldn't find anything, but apparently his background is computer and IT. And the company, Asia Trade Group Limited, is specialized in, or going to specialize in, this part of it will be blockchain and financial technologies is kind of where they're going with it. So the good thing that's coming out of this is he obviously likes the IT and technology side, so that is a very good plus for anybody that's involved with this platform and the program. They're supposed to have a conference that's going to be held later on. They didn't say when, but the financial holding Asia Trade was created for fintech and cryptocurrency, and that's at minute number 25. And they believe that there's gaps in technology, which we all believe, and that's where they're going to go. So if you want to listen to that, it's going to be on minute 25 of that video. The only other thing that really came out of this is a few other things. He said AGAM is ready for further work, and he said there's no need to change something radically, but continue what has already been started. So deep down, you got to believe that he's trying to do the right thing, that he's actually buying the company. The only questions I have are the time frame involved with the due diligence. That kind of concerns me a little, but what can you do, right? It is going to be registered as a separate entity, a separate company under Asia Trade. So they're going to start their due diligence process. If you want to listen to that part, it's at 27 minutes and 48 seconds. And he talks about what they're going to go over. They're going to talk about the risk, the objectives of the company, the activities of AGAM, and then overall inspection. And they're saying that's going to take 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months. Not very happy with that one. Right? But first thing, they froze all deposits, withdrawals, and they put everybody on a temporary vacation. That is concerning in itself, but remember they did the same thing for 21 days in August, and they came back on fire. So we have to hope that this is only a temporary vacation, and the new office will now be moved from Cape Verde to an office in Hong Kong, which could be huge if that's truly the case. And this gentleman's taking over the company. They're obviously devoted to IT and technology, and if they keep with the same deal, the same structure, then it could be absolutely astronomical for the company and be very, very good. Now we kind of have to hope that that's the case. So let's take a look. There's some other stuff in there. It talks about the further actions that they're going to hold a conference next week and talk about it more. On December 12th, they're meeting to talk about the sales process and how it will be sold. The results of 2017, we're going to get 2 new directors. There's going to be a new format for training, and the training is going to be 4 days in December, but the main one was moved until January. So everybody that was going to Dubai this week is now going to wait until January 20, the week of the 23rd to the 28th is what they said. So let's take a look at this guy here and see what we found. So I did some research on him, Asia Trade Group, and this is all I could find on Asia Trade Group specifically, but it does not let you translate it to English, so anybody non-English speaking, you're going to be well off and a little better than myself. I also found this. This has nothing to do with any of the information that he said for what they do, which is IT and technologies. I did get this information in my back office from Questra World. The only thing that is promising is that it will continue the activity of AGAM with new views, ideas, and aspirations to make new victories. Their goal is to continue with AGAM. Now, what the compensation plan looks like, how that works, what our percentage is monthly, 5% is ridiculously good, you guys. That's unheard of good, right? Skeptic good. So if it even cut in half, I'd still be happy as long as we have our principal. Now, looking back at my back office, all of my packages are still there. The website's still up. So that is promising in itself. And we're all getting this little note. The only thing I could find on Asia Trade Group on anything that was negative was some of this offshore leak, but none of it's up to date. See the date here. So who even knows if this is the right one? Offshore leaks, it was where I found that. But I couldn't find anything specifically on him, guys. So he is an older guy, though. So he's in his, well, not older. He's in his 50s. So maybe he does not have some of the things like LinkedIn and stuff connected. And he's apparently a very wealthy man. So maybe that's just the case. Ultimately, who knows, right? We're all kind of in this one together. We really don't know where it's going to go. All I know right now is pretty much everything is temporarily suspended until we find out more. The positive side is they're going to hold another conference on December 12th to talk about it, and they're going to do that live as well. And then more stuff to come out here in the next few weeks. So that kind of wraps it up for me here. And if you guys hear of anything else, let us know, but we will be doing our due diligence here on my side as well as my team and anybody else involved with this company, and we hope that this is for the best. I mean, ultimately we have lots of money in this program and we pretty much run the program, guys, so all the money that we bring into it gives them the money to invest in their other projects. So ultimately to shut it down and to go away at this scale, this is a huge operation. And if you think of some of the biggest Ponzi scams in the planet that have ever existed, this would by far be the largest one ever. And if you think about it in those terms, the amount of money and the quality of investors that this program has ultimately seen, it would be a death wish for a lot of those people that were involved at the high levels of investment. They would be pretty much signing their life away if that was the case and they tried to run off now. So that is where my logic comes in on the fact that you're not just going to run away with this one. Something would significantly happen to those people, to that organization, to that leadership. And I have to believe in my heart of hearts with everything that's going on. They're still very transparent that this thing is going to be better than it was before. It's going to be different, but with all things change, is never as fluent and concurrent as it may be the first time when we were around. But ultimately, we have to stay positive, and feel free to leave your comments below. I know they're going to be some really good ones, and I look forward to talking to you guys, and I will see you when we go to Asia Trade Group Unlimited and hopefully keep our compensation plan and our complete earnings and portfolios as they are in the back office now. So look forward to working with you guys. Thanks, Scott. Again, have a good day.
Asset Management, Mr. Anthony Roballo Ferreira was supposed to be the first to speak and report the latest news about the company. Unfortunately, in connection with his health problems, yesterday he had to cancel his flight to Madrid on an emergency basis. So this is very unfortunate, but it happened suddenly. He had a presentation prepared for you in which he was to report about the company and the sale of Atlantic Global Asset Management to the new owner of Asia Trade. Since my speech was supposed to be after Antonio, it will not happen. He's not going to be here tonight. Now, I will introduce myself to you first, because for all of you, I am a new person. As you see, I am from Korea. My name is Hung-Seo Han, and I am the owner of the financial holding company Asia Trade Group Limited in Hong Kong. I flew all the way to you from Hong Kong, and here in Madrid, the weather is not warm, but I like to be here, personally introduce myself to you. I am 58 years old. I am a Korean citizen, as I said, but I live and work in many countries, including Korea, Switzerland, Germany, Belgium, and Australia, and the last but not least, in Austria as well. Since 1986, I have been working and holding managerial and directorial positions in the automotive industry with respect to the creation and supply of software and the planning of the products of such brands as Daewoo Motor and Chevrolet. And in 2002, I was the director of General Motors in Korea. Since many years, I am now the owner and the founder of a number of companies in the field of automotive and computer and IT systems. Since 2009, we established a joint holding company in the financial market and IT technologies and its products. More about me and my companies, we will talk at an open conference a little later, I guess. Today, I would like to give time for brief information just about myself, about the company, and about our further actions. So, dear partners, this online conference format is fairly new to me and unusual, as well as other interesting technologies and methods of work that are used in the company Global Gold Asset Management. Therefore, I would like to ask you to be respectful to my manner of presenting information. Now, dear partners, to date, as the owner and founder of Asia Trade, I want to say a few words about financial holding Asia Trade. This holding was created and founded with the goal of starting works and the work of my team in a new fintech markets and cryptocurrency. There are gaps in the world of finance and the entire banking systems nowadays. Everything is changing very rapidly, and new technologies are taking over the world. All who understand this and want to take a worthy place and high positions at the roots of its foundation should act ahead of time. The financial holding Asia Trade, the official name Asia Trade Group Limited, with the purpose just in order not to miss the time and take my position in this multi-billion-dollar market opportunity. The financial holding Asia Trade includes a number of companies that are divided among themselves into groups and lead the development and study of the fintech market, each in its segment. My team and myself were interested in the business model and the company, Atlantic Global Asset Management, in part of studying and financing IT startups in the field of blockchain technologies. The business model for the interaction of the company with individuals and legal entities is really unique and diverses of me of separate admiration. Now, Atlantic Global Asset Management is fully ready for further work. It has a goal, strategy, and potential. This is a ready-made business that needs to be properly managed in the right direction. There is no need to change something radically, but it is enough to continue what has already been started from. Atlantic Global Asset Management will enter our holding company as a separate company. We are very much interested in the Atlantic Global Asset Management. At the moment, we will start due diligence procedure. The due diligence is the process of drawing up an objective view of Atlantic Global Asset Management, which includes an assessment of investment risks, an independent assessment of the investment objects, a comprehensive study of the company's activities, a comprehensive inspection, and much more. We expect that due diligence procedure and evaluation for the purchase will take 3 to 6 months. During this time, we will thoroughly study the company. The new leaders will be appointed and the staff will be expanded. Our first actions that will be conducted in the company in parallel with the implementation of all those plans that have already been created and planned by the company's past management, including the ICO entry. During the procedure of due diligence and signing of all documents relating to the transfer of ownership of Atlantic Global Asset Management to Asia Trade, the work of Atlantic Global Asset Management will be temporarily suspended, and all financial transactions for depositing and withdrawing funds, signing of contracts, as well as the partial operation of the cabinet will be suspended. Technical support and a number of employees will temporarily go on vacation. The company's work would suspend until completion of the Atlantic Global Asset Management during the due diligence procedures. This is a standard procedure for selling the company, so I ask our new customers and partners to treat this with understanding. After taking over, deal is done. The official representation office of Atlantic Asset Management, located in the office of the company in Cape Verde, will be transferred to Hong Kong, where in the future the company's main management and communication with its customers will be conducted. Within the next month, I will fully accept all the information resources of working with customers, and my colleagues will prepare a new conference for a more detailed analysis of our further actions on the company's work. And now I would like to thank all of you for giving me the floor. Thank you again for this opportunity to get acquainted with our new customers. Thank you again, and welcome to Asia Trade Holding. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please.
Muy buenos días, señoras y señores,
Good morning,
directores, agentes
ladies and gentlemen,
y clientes de Questra World
managers, agents,
a lo largo y
customers
ancho del
of
mundo.
Questra World.
Como ven, hoy es un día importante para la compañía. Nos encontramos
Today, as you see, is a very
dando
important day
la
for the
bienvenida
company.
al
We
representante
are
de la
welcoming
nueva propiedad
the representative
de la
of the new
compañía
ownership
AGAM.
of AGAM.
Como saben,
As you
este
know,
año, el cual ya estamos
this
finalizando,
year, which is about to
ha sido
finish,
un año cargado de
has
academias
been a
y de duro
year
trabajo
full of
que nos ha llevado
hard work,
a un nuevo exponente
which has
y a una nueva fase
led us
en la
to
que
a
seguimos
new
multiplicando
horizon, to a
y
new
seguimos
phase
creciendo
in which we're
en
still
favor de nuestra compañía, en
doing
favor
work
de
in
todos
favor
ustedes.
of our company and in favor of all of
Como
you.
es de todos conocido,
As you all
Questra
know,
World es una
Questra
compañía
World is a
de
company
marketing que ofrece
which deals with
servicios en
marketing
exclusiva
and offers
al fondo de inversión
exclusive services to the AGAM
Prestamos
investment
servicios
fund. We
de
provide
desarrollo
services
de material
for the
de
development
marketing,
of
creación
marketing
y
materials,
mantenimiento de
creation and
plataformas
maintenance of
de Internet,
internet platforms,
servicios de organización de los
organization
acontecimientos
services
de información
related to
y por
the
supuesto
organization
formación
of,
a las empresas
communication events and
no
information
residentes.
to non-resident
Actualmente
companies.
la compañía AGAM se encuentra
Today,
en un proceso
AGAM,
de compraventa y
is going
en
through a
este momento
process,
se está llevando una
sale
profunda
process,
due
and
diligence
there
que
is a
concluirá
profound due
la
diligence
adquisición
procedure
de la
which
compañía
will be
al
completed
nuevo
with the
grupo
acquisition
Asia Trade Group.
of a company by Asia Trade Group,
Como
a new group,
ustedes
Asia Trade Group.
comprenderán, esto es un trámite
As you will
laborioso,
surely
un
understand, this is
trámite
going
que
to be
no solo
rather,
necesita del esfuerzo
complicated because
de
it doesn't only
decenas
need the
de
effort
personas,
of
sino
tens
también
of people, of persons,
tiempo.
but it also needs
Tiempo
a great deal
porque
of time.
se ha de estudiar
Since we
todos
need
y
to
cada uno de los
examine and
detalles
review
de la transacción.
every single detail of the transaction, of the operation.
Actualmente, todos
Today,
los programas de bonos y de retribución,
the
así como la
bonus,
retirada
and
de fondos,
remuneration
se
programs, as well as,
encuentran, insisto,
funds
temporalmente suspendidos.
withdrawal
Muy
are being,
pronto, en el
temporarily
momento en que se
suspended,
ejecute la
but
operación de compraventa,
as soon as the
se restablecerá
sale
el orden
operation
y
is
la
completed,
normalidad
the
de todas
normal,
las transacciones
transactions,
respecto
will be
del
restored,
programa de bonos a
as regards the
clientes
bonus
de
program
AGAM.
to AGAM customers.
Me gustaría también en
I
este
would
día
also like to explain
remarcar nuestro profundo pesar por haber tenido
and
que
dwell
posponer
on
la
being really sorry for having had
celebración de la
to,
Conferencia
suspend the
Internacional de la
celebration of the
Promotion
international,
que teníamos preparada
promotion conference
para
that we had
este mes de
prepared
noviembre.
for
La
November.
misma ha sido trasladada
This conference
a
has actually been
el mes
moved,
de enero.
to January.
Exactamente se desarrollará
More specifically, it will be
entre el
taking
23
place
y el
between
28
the
de enero
23rd
del
and the
próximo
28th
año
of January of next year,
2018.
of 2018.
Me gustaría pedir sinceras
partners,
disculpas
I would
por los
really like to
inconvenientes
apologize
que
for
hayamos
the
podido crear
inconvenience that
a
this,
todos nuestros agentes y
might
directores que se
have caused
encontraban
to our agents,
preparados
our customers, our
para poder
directors,
asistir
who were
a la
ready
misma.
to attend
Trataremos
this
de
conference. We will
recompensar
indeed, try
todos
to,
estos problemas
reward
y buscaremos
all of
el
you,
mejor desagravio
for all these,
económico
problems,
para
and we will try to
tratar,
compensate
como
in
digo,
the best possible way,
de beneficiarles
compensate
y de
financially,
restituir
for,
los gastos
with the
derivados.
purpose of making
El
up for the
próximo
expenses.
día 12 de diciembre,
On the 12th of December, we will have a meeting to provide information, and there we will be able to tell you about how the sales process is going to take place, how AGAM is going to be sold to the new investment group. And in this meeting on the 12th of December, we're also going to talk about the wonderful results of this year, 2017. We'll also have the opportunity to introduce 2 new directors who are going to work in the areas of Asia and Africa. And they will be delighted to meet you. We're also going to begin a new training cycle, and that will begin on the 1st of December 2017. There will be 6 specialists in sales who will be available to all of you, and there will be an online training process so that we can continue to grow and to develop the company structures and few new business lines. So that's what we have to say to you from Madrid, and I'd like to end by congratulating Mr. Han, who is the new representative of the company, which will purchase the investment fund AGAM. So, finally, I'd like to wish you the best. And I'd also like to wish the ex-president of AGAM, Mr. Vieira Robalda, the best health, and I hope that he recovers soon. I'd like to express our great recognition and gratitude to a great professional who has devoted his life and his efforts to the company for many years. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you very soon in this new meeting, which will take place in just a week's time in Madrid. Thank you very much, have a very good day, and I'll see you soon.